Welcome back to the channel. So finally I'm getting round to some roadside history. Got loads of these to do. So this is some film from last weekend before the snow arrived. We've got a lot of snow this now. Anyway, we're up in Gifford and we're heading up into the Limmermuir Hills and see some surviving remains of World War II defences. Now these were operated by the Home Guard. So you've got to rewind. Let's go on a bit of a time travel. Let's rewind. It's 1940, May 1940, and what was classed as a miracle of Dunkirk was the evacuation of roughly 380,000 Allied soldiers off the beaches. Um, Basically, there you go. That's what we were fearing. It was only a matter of time before we would be invaded, and it must have been a crazy time. People must have just been terrified. So, frantically, the local defence volunteers, which would then be renamed as the Home Guard in 1940, was rushed into force to try and build some defences. You've got to remember, we had nothing. I mean, most of our hardware had been left on the beaches at Dunkirk. So, what could you make defences to stop an invading army? And they made the most of nature and the narrow roads. And here's Haddington Home Guard. So it's really sad that the Home Guard get sort of mocked as like Dad's army when we were kids, and actually they were the front line of the defence of Britain, and a lot of them were World War I veterans, you remember. These guys did see it, and this is North Berwick Home Guard. Some great photos exist of them all, training and stuff. So they had a few guns, a few mortars, and Vickers machine guns and the likes, but they had very little, I believe, in June, July, as we prepared for an inevitable invasion. Look at this for a view. This is our playground, the Limmermuir Hills. So we're heading down to Danscombe, and I'll rejoin you down there, tell you what's just up the road here. So imagine the scenario: we've been invaded. There's, say they've landed on beaches or parachuted in. Obviously they're trying to make way inland, and coming up this hill, you're a German patrol. You'd have been in for a very nasty surprise. Now I've had to slow up here. You can see a wee concrete building, brick building, sorry, on the left. There you go. So that's one of the Fougasse sites. So I can't really stop on this hill safely parked to walk up with a bike. I'll just turn around and back down so you can see this. You would imagine if a tractor comes down this road and there's a car coming up, that tractor, if it's got a big trailer on the back, it ain't going to stop, and I'm sitting at the side of the road. So if you're on a push bike, you can fling your bike on the bank and scramble up here. However, I've got a photo to show you of this. This one's not as good as the other one. The other one's more intact. So there you go, there's the tank. So it would have been on that as a valve, and they'd opened that and just released the flammable liquid onto the road. So there was also, there you go, there's the photo. There was also ones made that exploded with a charge and threw like a flamethrower. That's Garbled Home Guard, who would likely been the guys who had operated this one. But we'll keep going and we'll head up to what is probably one of the best preserved ones of these in the UK. cars up here, usually just the odd cyclist. So up the top there is Carfrae Bray. Notice the hedges here are wider at the bottom and the top, so that's properly cut beech hedges. They don't bend when they get heavy snow on them, and they do get a lot of snow up here. So you can see how steep this was. It's down to first gear just before I stopped. As a vehicle would be coming up round here. So you can imagine in the summertime you wouldn't see into that wood, you wouldn't see that building sitting in there. And first thing you'd know when you came around that corner would be you'd meet a roadblock right there in front of you. And by then it was too late because the guys had opened the valve, flooded the road with the gasoline diesel mixture, ignited it, and it'd be game over for those guys. Didn't stand a chance. We're going to have a look at the building. Just be careful with that wall, it's really fragile, it's been repaired. Just take your time getting over it so you don't damage it. So there you go, there's the tank with the pipe coming out, which runs to an opening valve hidden behind the wall. Now make a good roost for bats, that empty tank now. So the pipe's obviously rotted away a bit now. So there it is. So with the tank raised up, be gravity fed down along the ground, and you see the remains of where there'd been a heat control valve. A couple of guys probably went into this little brick structure. That's where the valve would get operated. Spray the liquid onto the road. Imagine they just spray it just as the vehicles came up the hill. All pictures on this film have come from the East Lothian War website, including this great diagram. So there you go. You can see there how it operated. And yeah, go and check that website out. It's brilliant. Great guys over there. I've had a couple of my articles published, links on it. I did the Hinkle crash site in North Berwick and the X-Class submarines, which is actually my biggest viewed blog post. But there are links to those on that website. Really good guys that do it. Okay, to skip a bit film time, we're going to go straight down to Long Nidri now. And here at the roadside, at the 40mph limit sign, you'll see a wee pipe sticking out the wall. There it is. This was the Long Nidri Flame Fougasse site, and it was operated obviously by Long Nidri Home Guard. And it must have been a tank raised up in the wood again, woodland in summer, it had all been hidden. Now there's documentation on the East Lothian War website. This one was actually tried out and they tested it, the Long Nidri Home Guard. Here they are here, a photo of them. And they set fire to the railway line fence on the other side of the road in the banking. So there you go. Right, down to Gosford Bay now, and there was actually a Flame Fougasse site over the wall here at the mile corner. I went to look for that for Jack Tully Jackson, the late historian who created the East Lothian War website, along with Ian Brown. It was just bricks, so it must have been dismantled, and I later discovered it had been dismantled because it was leaking sometime after the war. Here in Aberlady, my home village, this used to be the Moulton's buildings, the Wind buildings here. There was a Flame Fougasse site in there. And further on, we have Flame Fougasse sites at the bottom of the Heuch in North Berwick. And there's actually one in Dunbar, here where I live now, in the harbour. They used to could have flooded the whole harbour. So it was a real deal, the whole anti-invasion stuff, and fascinating subject. So go to East Lothian War website, there's a link, and you can read up a lot more on some fascinating stuff that happened in East Lothian. So thanks for watching, leave a comment, like, usual stuff. I'll definitely get back to you as always. Bye for now.